Over years past, we've thought a lot about, what happens if the administration in Washington changes, if the tone changes, what would have a negative effect on Illinois, and how do we shore up and make sure we're protecting people here. So we've done a lot of work on that, and I think you've seen that in some of the bills that were passed in the last session and the session before, and even over the summer as we thought about what more needs to be done. Yesterday, I had a meeting with my senior staff to talk about exactly this. Indeed, I talked to some other governors around the country about the things that they're looking at doing. And so we're gathering, I would call it a list of things that we may need to address. Maybe not during a veto session, but maybe. It can be done in the new year. There's time to do that. But suffice to say that we have a lot of work that we're looking at doing. But I feel like a lot of that work has been done over the last 5.5 years to protect the people of Illinois from something, terrible happening at the federal level or some attack on Illinois residents.
Any specific topic areas?
You can imagine what all of health care, reproductive rights, you can go down the list of, there are areas where I think, you can imagine the people who woke up on Wednesday morning and saw the results, if they didn't already see them on Tuesday night. And there are many people whose lives and livelihoods are at risk, and there are many people who cried at the result because they know what impact it may have on their families. So think about them.
You're going to see in veto session, you're going to see a lot of meltdowns since Donald Trump is now going to be the 47th president of the United States. You're going to see the Democrats really give a lot of floor speeches. They're going to file a lot of legislation on the immigration issue. But to be honest, the people, I went over the numbers just a moment ago. That issue, even in Chicago, people are fed up with it. I mean, Kamala Harris did a 180 on that issue. So the Democrats know it's a loser. It has lost. It has lost them the election, along with a multitude of other issues.
I think Illinois must look at an agenda possibly for veto session and for our lame duck to evaluate any kind of impact that the Trump administration could have on Illinois if we don't take action now. And so, yeah, I think we still have a strong state as far as being able to get things done in the General Assembly. So we can't miss the opportunity to make sure that we protect some of our human rights in our state statutes and protect education programs in our in the state. So I think it's critical that we do everything that we can to look and evaluate the impact that a Trump administration could have on state government.